We did it on our own, we made it our way. When everybody went commercial, we stayed in our own lane. Yeah, we got the love so bright, still whip it in the kitchen, keep it funky, let it sing. And all y'all talking about this out there, but every year we still cranking this right here. We got it, got that love. We got it, got that soul. We got it, coming from the city, baby. We got it, got that love. We got it, got that soul. We got it, coming from the city, baby. Love, soul, crank.
We burn it up, we turn it up. Yo, now break it down.
Love, soul, crank.
You feel the love in your soul? Come on, now break it down.
Love, soul, crank.
It's Friday night, we're doing it right. Now break it down.
Love, soul, crank.
Got the LSC, come through with me, yo.
Talk about the crank, not to mention. Look at how we took it to a whole nother dimension. Now look at the extension, that we done went global. How you call us local when you're still stealing our flow though? Hey, well that's 99 cents plus tax. LSC, love, soul, crank facts. Hey, well that's 99 cents plus tax. LSC, man, bring the beat back. Bring it. Feel alright, we won't stop until the daylight. LSC until the sunrise. All night, coming from the city, baby. All night, we won't stop until the daylight. LSC until the sunrise. All night, coming from the city, baby.
Let it pump.
If you love soul, if you love crank, then we the ones to get a thanks. You heard me? Yo, if you love soul, if you love crank, then we the ones to get a thanks. Come on. Hey.
All right, there we go. Let me see if I can hit my. There we go. There we go. Little technical difficulty off the video, man. Off the early, man. What it do, man? A little late, but not no. Better late than never. That's what they always say, man. Yours truly, DJ Super Dan. The DJ that say go, man, right here on the Supa Supa Midday show, man. Yours truly. I appreciate y'all, man, for coming up in here, man, hanging with us on another Wednesday, man. As we try to bring y'all man, what's happening in go-go, man, that type of good thing, man, And to my right, man, as always, my partner in crime, man, is in the building with me, man, my man, Super Coop, man. What it do, Super Cooper, duper, duper, whooper.
Danny, I am so excited to be alive. And I truly, really mean that because, I thank God every morning to wake up and just to get a chance to, make today better than yesterday. And I take my time, man, with my health and try to be creative every day, man. See how we can figure this thing out. We was talking, of course, we have our little debates while we riding in the car throughout the week. We arguing about stuff. Yesterday, I started yelling at you. Like, what are you yelling at?
No, man. I'm like, damn, who we yelling at?
Because you sometimes you aggravating, and you ask the same question. And I think you know how to needle. It's like little pins when you ask the same question over and over and over, or try to make your point. So it's like we got this point we've been trying to make for the last 5 or 6 odd years we've been kind of on the radio, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, and I'm telling you why, and you know, it's just like, you know, ladies and gentlemen, let me ask y'all this. And um I need some honest opinion. How long? Let's look at the state of go-go right now with the bands. You know, bands getting older. People in the bands are getting older. Um, and some people think, you know, go-go is in trouble. Go-go is not a part of the future. You know, and I say I say it is because the music really, you know, going to continue to. Somebody going to do it. Somebody going to come along and you know somebody going to keep this thing going. But at the state it's in right now, with the age that it's in. Um, how long how long do you think go-go will survive, or is go-go dying, or do we have another 5 years? Do we have 10 years? Or do we have an everlasting music, man, that's gonna go on for ever and ever as we as we leave this earth? You know, some say it don't because the kids aren't recognizing it. And let's get some feedback on, you know, truly looking at the state of go-go that it's in right now.
So,
Um, what?
so the question I have,
Yeah.
what you know, when we talk about music fading and dying and moving and going on and things of that nature, I be thinking about like little things like other genres of music, right? You know what I mean? Like we still have like it was music out way before go go. You know what I mean? We got the whole. I think before go go, we had what's called the Studio 64, Studio 54 era, the disco era.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Do we feel like that is that gone? Has that faded? You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure that was our parents. That was our parents' time of the day. I mean, you gotta understand, disco music was the originator of all of this to me, for real. Because when you think about go-go and when it first started, go-go, when we were talking about this and Trouble Funk being how when they came out with their music, and if music is at like 115 BPMs per minute, you know what I mean? That fast disco beat. That's where that was the competition, and that's where they got their drive from, and they wanted to compete against. And you know what I mean? That's how, you know what I mean? You just dance to the drummer's beat. You know what I mean? That's what you need some money. You know what I mean? You got your Chuck Brown, your what's the other one? What's the
This is why we be arguing.
Yeah, what? Am I wrong? I mean, tell me if I'm wrong.
No,
I'm
you
wrong.
take it back to BPMs and that shit be going over people's heads. Like, what do you?
Beats per minute. You mean it's the music? You can't go with nobody.
How long?
It is.
That was then, and it grew. It grew past disco. I'm talking about now.
Hey, Nicole, how you doing,
I'm
Nicole?
talking about now to the
so
future.
we gotta start with the history. Cool. It's always the history. You gotta always start with the history. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean?
But when
so if it's not, we're talking about survival.
Everybody
right?
history ain't the same.
Like
you okay, we're gonna talk about the history, then we go back and talk about it. But that wasn't the question. You trying to go back, man, into the encyclopedia of and that's not okay. Finish.
So go ahead. So what's the question then? What's the question?
Is go-go? Does go-go have a future? How old? Like we at a certain age right now. You know what I'm saying? Most of us are 40, 50, and we're going to the go-go. Is it going to be dead in 10 years, or is it going to last? You know what I'm saying? Like, is the next generation coming up, and do we have a solution for it to last in the next 10, 20 years? You start going back, talking about disco. I
Hey,
ain't talking about no disco. What's up, Gino? What's up, Nicole?
I'm gonna invite everybody in the room, man. Today is one of them days.
Gino, how long you think we got for this as far as this genre go?
Gino, click on the link.
Being as though we are at this age right now. Being as though we at this age right now, and people going out to see, 4-5 nights a week. Are we at its down, or could we save it, and can it last another after we are gone? Can it last another lifetime?
I think
you got to start talking about disco, man.
So my thing is, the biggest thing that I talk about is what this music thing is. I think
what's
that
up, Courtney? What's up?
I look at everybody. What's up, Corey? What's up, Q? I mean, I want anybody today is one of them days, man. I want to hear from y'all. You know what I mean? I put the StreamYard invite to any of you guys who want to come on here, man.
I'm about to go on a cruise.
Gino. Hey Gino, we're gonna talk about that in a second, but your cruise and everything. Come into the room
What
today,
Gino
man.
just say? What
Invite,
Gino just
man.
say?
You know what I'm saying? Come on in here, talk to us, man. We want to let the people get into this conversation with us today, man. I want to do a mix and mingle with you guys today, man.
Gino trying to mingle.
But tell him. I
He
just
said
told him to come in the room.
He just said as long as we can push it, got to get back to creating.
So that's the
And
thing.
okay, Gino, who's gonna lead that charge in creating when most of us are so much more into gigging? The ones that are performing, I'm just asking, and I'm sure it's a lot of producers in these bands, but until it leaks out, until I see it, people rather just gig until they retire. So it's who's putting the creativity back into it.
I mean, all musicians should be wanting to do that.
They should be wanting to do it, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
I can't.
We've been sitting on
all these giggers.
We've been sitting on.
We got giggers.
Yeah,
everybody's a gigger.
Man, we've been sitting on
y'all giggers.
Man, I mean, we they call, we gonna come. Shit.
Okay. I can't stand y'all giggers. Y'all giggers make me sick.
Man, listen,
you know what I mean? But is it? I mean, like this, the cool. Like for real, honestly, when it comes down to it, right now, honestly. My question is this all about just making a dollar to survive for the week? And there's no wrong answer for that for anybody who's trying to gig, because any type of thing that, like if I got a job, right? Nope. And this is how got me started in life. And one person came to me and said, if I could change your life, if I could help you make an extra $500 a day, $500 a month, right? Would that change the vehicle that you drive? And I was a young dude, and I sat back and thought about that, right? And I said, you know what? An extra $500 a day could change my vehicle. That could probably change my address. So, you know what I mean? So if you just getting into this joint to gig and just to put a few dollars in your pocket, man, you know what I mean? It's nothing wrong with that. But, the thing is, the person that's leading the dream, are you there to help them lead their dream? Are you there are you just there to put a few dollars in your pocket? Because it can be a lot bigger, because the creativity is gone whatsoever now. Like, if you just gigging, you know what I mean? I think people just hear a song on the radio and say, hey, learn this song and I see you at the show on Saturday.
Yeah, Dan. And
because the people gonna like this song.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Please tell me why.
And I've been telling you this. I've been telling you this along. Courtney said the lead talkers in the top bands will keep pushing. Bugs, Big G, Chips, Black, etc.
Who's Chips?
I don't know. But
all right, go ahead.
Might just be more specific. But I've seen one musician in like 5 different bands. Easy money.
Right.
Yeah. So I was about to point that out. It's gigging. It's at this age.
I can't stand giggers.
But at this age, bruh, it's responsibilities.
Y'all giggers make me sick.
Some people we ain't teenagers no more.
So it's all about just a few dollars in the pocket.
It's fuck you, pay me.
Just about your talent. Just take your talent to the stage
I'm
put
sorry,
a few dollars in your pocket.
I'm sorry that sound a little bit, but yeah, niggas is grandfathers. Niggas got whole families. They married. They got to bring home the chicken. They got to, you know what I'm saying? It's about, you know, back then when you was younger, 17, 18, everybody was in the street. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was in the street hustling, trying to figure out. So some things wasn't about the money because people was doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? So it wasn't really about the money. You didn't have responsibilities. You didn't get kicked. You was living with your mom. You didn't get kicked out the house. You know what I'm saying? You was living under a roof that you ain't really had no bills. Now you got 3, 4, 5 kids. Not everybody, but now you got different responsibilities. So when they go into a situation, organization, it's like a job. It's like a job to them. It ain't no more, you know, unless you know somebody create. But then with social media now, I mean, people learning the business a lot younger now, man. Ain't nobody knew the business. All we was thinking about, man, was just we gonna play, but it wasn't about the money. Everything is now it's about creating, getting streaming and stuff like that, selling.
What
you know,
a lot of
independent
streaming with,
huh?
Screaming with what? What's the product? Like what is?
Yeah, but what I'm saying,
product?
but it's individual. It ain't a group no more. It's individual. It's like, yeah, this is how much I charge. This is my creation. This is my company. It's no 5 or 6 people getting together right now. So I'm just keeping it real. Like it's like everybody gotta, you know. It ain't, you don't see the, you know, it's an organization and they got a payroll and yeah.
So basically again, we talk about the growth and what's next and what's going to last with go-go. If we not creating anything, we just going in these joints and just going in for the gig purposes.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Let me say it. So again. we can almost say that, you know what I mean? That it's not going to last if this is the direction that we're going to go then.
Right. So that's all I'm saying. And I'm asking people, will it last? And how many? I don't see it lasting if, you know, if we don't create. So, and what's wrong with that answer?
What's wrong with that answer?
Yeah.
I mean, it's no right or wrong answer.
Okay, you said that at the beginning.
There's no right or wrong answer in this thing. You know what I'm saying?
I don't see it. I see individualism. Everybody got, you know, it's more independent artists. I asked this artist the other day, you know, hey, who you play with? I see you with 3, 4 bands. He said, I'm an artist. Like straight face. It wasn't even no man. And I seen them really be dedicated to certain joints. I'm like, so what you doing right now? I'm an artist. They artists.
Jock, what it do? Jock, my man Jock don't check in.
Instead of giggers, they artists.
Are they artists? No, they're giggers. They're giggers. I mean, because as an artist, man, if you really want to be an artist, man, and I think the music industry, y'all, is way bigger. It's a bigger picture, man. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of
what you create and produce then, Dan?
I wish I could.
Wish you could. Okay.
So listen, one thing y'all got to understand, like you got to stop this. When a person's opinion comes to you, you can't, and it gets touchy to you. Come on, man, you got to eat that because it's like this the industry. If somebody makes an opinion, I see this all the time. I'm not saying just you. No, it's just everybody. But we all are entitled to an opinion.
No,
so if we right or wrong or whatever, right. You know what I'm saying? Prove us wrong.
Okay.
In any type of occasion, because I see this all the time. Hey, yeah, you know what I mean? Oh, y'all ain't in no band, or you know what I'm saying? You ain't never spent no record, or you ain't never did this. You ain't never cooked this meal. How you gonna tell me? No, people are paying attention and looking at your competition as well and saying that, damn, y'all ain't doing it the way I see others doing it. That's getting to the success. You know what I mean? So when a person does say something to you guys or to us, I'm gonna say me too, as a DJ or in the industry, or telling me what I ain't doing right. You know what I mean? I can't look at that person and be like, you just gotta accept that person's opinion and say, God bless you.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I don't, because everybody's story is different, and sometimes, you know, when it's a personal, like some people are so nosy, they like to get in your personal business. You know what I'm saying? And so some things are left unsaid. So if I say something and then you say, well, Coop, you ain't never did this, you ain't never did it, and everything you just said, I know I did, and maybe because of certain circumstances, I couldn't do certain things, and I know my story. I got a right to tell you, nah, you wrong, because I've done that, and I've done that. But that's just me, you know what I'm saying? So when somebody telling me that, you know, I kind of like, yeah, and I would admit, you're right. Hey, maybe I need to do that. You know what I'm saying? And you can only be, you know, you can tell your truth, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be lying about certain things, man. But I'm just asking that question. Who wrote that book right there?
This is my man Tony White done checked up in here with us, man.
Let's read what
Mr. 20 on the 20th, my man. He said, good afternoon, Coop and Dan.
Yeah.
He said, why managers of the bands don't demand more professionalism, creativity, learning grooves, and not allowing these guys to band hop? Coop, Miss Mac, Mo Shorter, Miss Pratt, Charlie Fenwick would not put up with this nonsense that's going on. The bands need real managers that knows the business of go-go.
Well, Tony White, I agree 100%, but the manager works for the band, works for the owner of the band, only can suggest those things. Yes, the manager has knows the business, but in these times of days, everybody feel like, you know, hey, if they feel like, you know, you know, that's not the right, you know, position to take on certain things, the manager could get overrode by the band. So only thing the manager can do is really suggest those things, and you know, also the band, you know, sometimes you gotta let the band have the creative control too, because they are artists, and you know, some things, you know, the manager got to make hard decisions, but some things might work if the manager say, okay, let's try it. So you gotta bend, but don't break on both ends, and give them some freedom. You know what I'm saying? So it'll be, because they'll feel a lot better if they, you know, once they suggest something and they can really put their 100% in it. I think me personally, from somebody just telling them, I think that'll give them some, that'll make them even more enthused about you know, making, you know, getting something done. So yeah, you know, I agree with you, Tony, but sometimes, man, you know, you gotta let them have some creative control. What y'all think?
But where's the creativity though?
Man, you keep saying, where is the creativity?
We talking about
man, it might not, it might not be there.
We need
it might not be, Joe. You keep saying that.
That's because
bands being rehearsal all the time, and it might not be Dan. You cannot. You keep saying, where is it? I done seen people give you a record. I've seen people give you a record, and if you don't like it, you ain't playing it, Dan. You ain't playing it. Y'all the judge, the jury. The DJs are the judge and the jury, bro.
Who else supposed to be the judge?
I'm just telling you.
Who else supposed to be the judge?
But you keep saying when bands are trying. They trying. You keep, every time somebody throw you something and you knock it, they ain't even trying to give it to you no more.
They gotta keep trying.
They give it up. No,
give up.
they don't give it to you.
You don't give
They
up.
don't give it to you. If I keep taking my record to KYS and they don't never play it, man, I'm just gonna move. I'm gonna move accordingly and do my thing the best way I can.
And go back
and stop asking me where. Stop asking me where my shit at, where my shit at, and I keep giving it to you, keep throwing it out the window when we go. Sometimes it ain't, you judging us against fucking a major label like Lil Wayne and all these people, man. You play that shit soon as they hit the man, they got a machine behind them, Dan. It's a money machine behind them, bro. We already backed up.
It don't take a money machine, Coop.
Oh my God, you don't even know, bro.
It don't, man.
It do.
No, it don't.
How the fuck they do? This is where we come in argument with, because I've been doing this for a long time, bro.
Okay,
I've been doing it for a long time, Dan. And you don't understand, like it's big fish eat little fish. Them labels come right in, man, and put money in their marketing, put money in everything. They'll tell you. I spent $250,000 for this single to get moved through the airwaves. They'll tell you that. And we coming in there with bubblegum and motherfucking Lay's potato chips. Please, can you push this? We don't have no more airtime on the radio. Come on, man. I don't, Dan. I'm not. Dan, you getting? Hold on. You getting it confused,
man. I don't agree with it.
I'm not saying we gotta. I'm not saying we gotta spend $250,000, but Dan, I'm telling you, that's the machine that the big boys. That's how they play. We're not big companies. So we more of an underground circuit. That's why back in the day when CeeLo broke our record, it was more so on 1580. It was AM. It was at midnight through the whole. Listen, bro, you not listening. It was overnights when nobody really be on the radio. Play that shit overnight. That's why they don't even have the 30-minute go-go hours no more, because it don't pay them. It's not worth it even playing that shit on the radio.
It's worth it. You know why they don't play it? You know why they don't play it? And that's I got this word from Poet. You know what I mean? Cause they said they put the market out there. They said we're gonna put it out there.
Man,
but the listeners,
you gonna make me say some
the
shit,
listeners
boy.
don't even know. Say it.
Yeah.
Say it.
You say
they
it.
Said the listeners, what she said is when they put it out there, they said they don't get enough support of it from the fans. And although the fans ask for it all day, every day, she said it's not
out of
that's
here,
exactly
man.
what she told me.
Come on,
so that's the reason why they chose to go another route with it.
This whole town, this the town of go-go. You should be playing it regardless.
That's exactly. That's what we feel. Yeah, that's shit, definitely. Man. She said that's the reason why it was like
bring her in
because,
here. Let me talk to her.
Bring her in here. She said we put it out there we let you know that we're going to play this go-go for this belt. And this is when y'all should support it, but they didn't get the support on it. So now we're going to go a double route. Man. That's when they try to do the little rap thing and all the little, now they trying to see what the local rappers was all about. Now they just saying that we don't support the radio enough for our local music enough. That's what they said. I said, hey, if that's the case, just come to wearegogomusic.com. We got 24-hour go-go station right here to play y'all music all day, every day when you playing that junk. Hey, my man Jose said it takes money. It's been that way for years. I know it's been that way. I'm not talking about on a national level, Heartbeat. You know what I mean? What I'm just talking about even on our local market right now with our bands. You know what I'm saying? Enough. You know what I mean? Me and Coop was talking the other day. We're talking about the cheat code, man. One thing that I say, the cheat code of what now is going on right now is the go-go covers. I've been saying this, you know what I'm saying? I don't like it, but I can understand it. Anything that you could do to survive, to make it work for you, and say, let's go ahead and do it. I said, shout out to Vibe for plenty of times. Y'all heard me say it. You know what I mean? For years, they did it. That put them on top of the totem pole of being the hottest grown and sexy band out there. Now they don't turn it around. Now they throwing their their music out there, which is now pushing them. Now I'm seeing a lot of that still being done. You know what I mean? And I'm seeing it, and I'm not knocking no band for doing it, but it's like, you know what I mean? Whatever is working for you, it's going to work for you to continue to push that product. You know what I mean? Helio said no sponsors paying for commercials during a go-go hour. Oh, I mean, yeah, it could be that as well. Helio, you know what I mean? It's a business about, this is a business, man. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if the business of the business of go-go can be caught up now. Is that the situation that when we also look at what's the state of go-go? Can we teach the business of go-go to the bands by now to get it to get it right?
No. And Martinez, you're absolutely right. And the promoters that do these shows, they can pay for commercials. They don't. The businesses, the clothing lines, they can pay for commercials. They don't. The clubs that we play in, they can pay for commercials. Some of them do, some of them don't. So the money, and what I'm trying to say is the money is the machine that moves it. And if we had that in this city, it can move. But we don't put money into the marketing. And that's what I'm saying. If we did, it would move. It would have to move. Because now we are the corporation. So because because the mentality of it's been underground for a long time, we do it how we do it. And it just until a conglomerate come through this joint and people start to really see, something done different way, man. It's just gonna stay like that.
Hey, real talk, y'all. Real talk. I want y'all to join this I want y'all to join this conversation, y'all. This conversation. I'm posting the link. I keep posting the link in the group. You know what I mean? I want y'all to come be a part of this. This is one of them discussions right now today. You know what I mean? We want to interact with the people today. If y'all want to enjoy and engage in this conversation, when y'all see that StreamYard link on in the chat room, come on in the room, man. Let's converse, man. Let's have a conversation. You know what I mean? Let's all disengage into this thing, man, because we wanted people to speak on things. This is one of them things that I want us all to be on the same page about, because the state of go-go is like we talk about the future of our go-go, man. Let me read a couple of these comments real quick. Tony once again, Tony said, the first thing, paid by hired musicians messed the game up for one. Second, the shows is the same ones based concepts that fans are tired of. Third is too many clicks and go-go's that are only agendas to make money, but they don't care about the culture. Fourth, we stamping bands that really not cranking hard, but stamping their buddies in their band. Too many bands hitting the same songs and not really cranking. The entire bands don't promote their stuff on social media. These things are killing. You want to comment on that, Coop?
No, I mean, just he say what he see, and you got Big Youngin in the room. What's up, Big Youngin?
Yeah, hey, what's happening?
Always an intelligent conversation when I see you. You know what I'm saying? Let's read what he just said. Well, you can say what you just said, Youngin.
Well, I was saying that, historically, it's been a long time since the radio or mainstream radio has supported go-go too. I remember I can go back to one instance when they had the first go-go awards at Constitution Hall. Logistically, it was probably the best go-go awards that we ever had logistically. They had the red carpet. Upon arrival, the red carpet was broadcast live on the radio. They had corporate sponsors. It was nice. It didn't involve the community and people who really wasn't deep in the culture made the decision on who was the best, this, and that. And I get it. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't perfect, but because of the complaints, they decided, okay, well, the next year we not having no Go-Go Awards then. So then that's when somebody else took over the Go-Go Awards and started to do it. And then anybody who's done a Go-Go Awards, if they do two, I don't know why they came back for the second one around here, because I don't care what you do, like people don't appreciate the starting point. But anyway, that's another conversation. They wanted to be perfect the first time. But what I'm saying is mainstream radio hasn't supported go-go either. And to be honest, the consumer, the go-go consumer, average go-go consumer doesn't even listen to the radio no more. People stream, they YouTube, it's other ways that they consume. Their attention span is even shorter because, like, right now, I don't know if you noticed, but songs, like regular songs, used to be 3 minutes or 3.5 or whatever. Now they trying to get them like within 2, no more than 3. So it's like their attention span is not. Nobody really listens to the radio. So I'm only saying it's not to down the radio, but what I'm saying is, one, go-go and the mainstream radio has had a rocky relationship from the beginning. Two, in 2024, you don't really need mainstream radio to break a record. I think it's been proven over and over again with social media and YouTube and all these other platforms. You can go direct to the consumer. So you don't need, just like, I mean, we're seeing it across not just music, but everything. Malls are closing down because you don't need a mall. I personally like the mall because I like to go in and see what I'm buying and actually be able to put my hands on
Try it
it.
on.
But it's just the
Yeah.
way things are consumed in 2024, man. I just don't.
I think Young, and I think you are absolutely right about the consumer now. I think the conversation, the goalpost moved to the radio because I mentioned DJs. So since DJs play our music, and I mentioned that they were pretty much the judge and jury because we give them the song, and if they don't like it, they ain't gonna play it.
But that's
So
when we used to have to depend on that 30-minute show
right,
at 9:30 to consume go-go to the
you was
masses.
breaking up,
That
Young. Hold on, say it again.
that's when we used to have to depend on mainstream go-go to hear it, to get it out to the masses. That's not the case anymore. Matter of fact, the masses are not even consuming it from the radio, because even when we had it on the radio, it was only 30 minutes. And granted, we
Yeah,
we coveted that 30 minutes. It was valuable then. You know what I'm saying? We wanted to be on the 30-minute show. But it's like it don't matter no more. They don't, it just doesn't matter. And then we only had 30 minutes when we had it. So what are we really talking
okay.
about?
So I have a DJ as we host this show. So he's always asking the question about originals and creativity, and I just say, hey, when we do and when we give it to you, you critique it to a point where you know you might not ever play it. And that's been the case in so many instances. And he just say, well, keep trying. like I like and so I said, well, why would I even come to you and give you an exclusive if you keep batting it down? And I'm like, I just move on to the next,
I agree.
because it's all about, for real, it's all about
Hey,
movements. And if I had a team, I had a DJ on my team. Because some DJs, and back in the day, some DJs will break your record. That's an old way of promoting it. Of course, now it's TikTok and YouTube and so many different ways you can go. But I was just answering a question to the DJ that we have this debate all the time.
Well, I will say
So
this: the DJs in the club, I believe, are still a factor because they can
right,
play your record when people in the moment that people are consuming
right,
go in the mood or even in the they're energized by whatever they just heard. So I think it's good in that space. They're still valid. But I will say this about the DJs now. It's clearer now to see what DJs like which bands now more than it ever was. Like it's always, I think DJs have always had their favorites, and that's cool. You're entitled to that. But it's never been more evident than today of who likes who, and it's always based on not just throwing it to the consumer and letting the consumer decide.
I wouldn't go that far because
let me say something real quick. Let me say something real quick.
Yeah.
So listen. So Young, I'm gonna use you as an example. All right, because I love what y'all have. The first song we played that came on the show today was Love Soul Crank.
Right.
You know what I mean? Junkyard didn't just go into a studio, create a song, and just let it be a studio song. They have incorporated this song into their crank, and it's now becoming a classic song like the rest of their classic songs that they have.
Right.
They are still creating songs now 30 years later out. They said we got to continue to create. And it's not like they just created a song just to let it sit on the shelf. You know what I mean? They are playing it in their show. And it's not just we're not just accepting it as a studio song. Bugs is cranking his joint when every opportunity he gets.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I'm talking about, the creativity of moving on and moving our culture and not being afraid of your own music. This is what I'm talking about. You can't go into and create something and depend on us to play it, and you ain't even playing it.
Hey, Big Young, let me ask you this question.
Mm-hmm.
Every band do this. Every band has their different. How many times have you? Well, I'm not gonna say how many times, but have you ever created something in practice, right?
Mm-hmm.
And tried it in the show a few times,
and it didn't work,
and it didn't come over. It didn't quite. Did you
give up?
Did you? Oh, you didn't get the reaction you needed. I'm not. No, when I say give up, I mean off the one time. No, don't nobody. We're gonna do it a few times, and it just don't come across. Does that get into your rotation? Does that make your rotation on a regular?
No, if it's not being received well, and when I say a few times, I mean like really more than than 10 probably.
We all we all
like you tried it in different places and it just doesn't go.
It just don't go, and you it's almost like you forcing it, and people like they walk into the bar.
So if it don't work, try something else. You don't just give up.
No, don't nobody. Oh my God, Young, you I don't think no band give up on. All right, that didn't work, and say fuck it. All bands keep doing new stuff.
Hold on, hey, Malachi, can you hear us, Malachi?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right,
can
so
me?
for some reason, yeah, I can. I'm trying to your visual ain't coming up on our end, but we see you on the TV screen. So go ahead. You know what I'm saying? You want to chime in on this?
This is an impressive panel, by the way.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was, yeah, right. A bunch of smart people on here, but I mean, when I came in, it was the topic of discussion was a little bit different. So it was about the radio. I don't want to take it back.
Yeah, the goalposts will get moved real fast in here.
Right.
Go ahead though. You can go back to the radio.
That's fine. I just didn't want to interrupt. What the current topic of conversation was. But the radio thing, I typed in. I just say y'all both right because at the time when I came in, Coop was saying that it's a money game, and Dan was saying it's not. And I'm saying that both of y'all are right, because basically you got to have, Dan, you're sort of right in that you got to have something that's going to start a little spark to begin with. You know what I'm saying? And then Coop, you're right, because you got to pour some gasoline on the fire, i.e. money, to make it grow bigger. Like, so for example, I mean, the best example that I know of is Mambo Sauce. Like, when we put Miracles out, and the other thing is, in lieu of money, you have another hit. So, for example, Mambo Sauce, we put out Miracles. And granted, this was years ago. Radio was still semi, like a little bit more important then than it is now. But we put out Miracles. It grew on its own. There was no money spent. It just was the song was different enough, but familiar enough that people gravitated towards it. Parents were, like, it had the sound that the younger generation liked. It wasn't exactly bounce, but it was timbales, but the lyrics were positive, so the parents were cool to let their kids listen to it. You know what I'm saying? And then, because I didn't have money to dump on it, then I had another song, Welcome to DC. And then both of them sort of fed off each other, so it is possible to do it without money. But, like businesses, whether it's record labels or whatever, in marketing, there's something called peak the peaks, meaning, like, some people get it confused with, like, oh, well, this isn't working, let's just throw some marketing money at it. No, you throw the marketing money at what is working to make it bigger. And so had I had some money at the time, I would have been able to make it even bigger than it was. So basically, all I'm saying is that, Dan, you're right. I did everything I did with Mambo Sauce was with no money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never paid a red penny to have Miracles or Welcome to DC, played on radio at all, ever. However,
Malachi,
Coop,
you
you're
are
right.
absolutely,
You're right.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I was
you
just gonna say you're right too, because if I did have money, I would have poured more money into it to make it even bigger than it was, and
well,
to really do what I was trying to do, which
well,
is more
well,
than just
well,
have a
well,
couple of
back.
local hits.
I'm not even comparing back then. We are comparing back. I wasn't comparing back then to now. I was just talking about
Right.
now.
Right.
Back then, the street ran it, and most of the DJs, like, Malik the Freak, CeeLo, they got a hot PA tape. Man, you ain't got to call them to put it on the radio. They gonna put it on the radio because you running the go-go's. Your go-go is packed.
Well,
The street ran the movement. You ain't had to go talk to the or meet with the program director. It ain't had to. I'm just talking about now. It's a different wave right now.
well,
On
I
a lot of the
agree, but
stuff.
also back then, that's not how Mambo Sauce worked either. Malik was one of the first people to play Mambo Sauce, Damn Joe. But it was not. It's not from him finding out about it from the streets. It was us giving it to them.
Your group was different, but because it came.
Yeah, I agree.
You didn't start from the street. You started from the studio. Then you bang the street. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mumble Sauce was in the street, but they didn't come out the mud like Junkyard and Rassens and Backyard and Northeast Grooves. They didn't come out that mud. You know what I'm saying? So those was the guys that. So when you came in, your stuff was already polished, and you came in with a good concept. And Welcome to DC definitely was something that was creative and thought out. It wasn't y'all wasn't yelling Southeast and Northeast, and I mean, I'm just talking about regular PA tape. So yours was definitely yours was definitely structured the right way. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, your song got cut through the cracks because it was turning into the CCBs. They, when Mark started coming out with those records, I mean, but
and it was 3 minutes.
Huh?
and it was 3
Yeah,
minutes.
Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
and it
Well,
was
I think it
3
was
minutes.
like 4:12.
It
But
wasn't. It
also,
wasn't. It
Well,
was
I
hey,
just want to clarify for the listeners that "Welcome to
right.
DC" was not the first song. We had like 4 singles out before that. That was just the biggest one. You know what I'm saying? Like we'd had "Damn Joe," "Go," "Miracles," and then "Welcome to DC." So it was
Mhm.
"Welcome to DC" was not the first song that Mambo Sauce put out. But you're 100% right, Coop. I only brought that up to say that it can be done without money if you have the right product that fits within the right marketplace and is differentiated enough from every other go-go
Right.
song that's being
so
put out that it cuts through. That's
so
all
it's
I'm
my
saying.
belief that it can be done without money. Period.
Well,
So I want to establish. I want to ask this question, and it's good that Malik is here too. And I want to get your opinion too, Malachi. How important in 2024 is mainstream radio to go-go specifically, since we're on the
well,
go-go show?
I can
Hey,
answer that.
Big Young, you right. You right. I just want you to stay
Let,
right there. But you are
let me.
right. It don't have to be money, but everybody can't get in without no money.
Well,
Like,
the whole
like,
the structure of
yeah, it ain't
radio.
no, it ain't if junkyard coming in, backyard coming in, grass is coming in, somebody gonna have to put something in play to I mean, it's gonna be some money spent
It's gonna be
because
hard. I
radio,
think.
radio. I don't even want to talk about radio no more. But
How
go ahead, Big
important?
Young.
No, I
Go
do.
ahead,
I
go
just
ahead,
want to
Malik.
see. I just want us to read from the same sheet of music.
I
How
cut Big Young
important
off.
is in 2024 mainstream radio to go-go?
Let
That's what
me
I'm
let
just
me
trying to establish, so we can read from the same sheet of music.
from locally in Washington right now, the structure of radio has changed because you don't have local music directors or program directors anymore. You have vice
Yeah.
presidents of programming who run a cluster of stations. They don't have the local element to the radio stations like you had before, where you can just walk in and meet with a PD and be able to go off of your street cred and they already know because they're in the city. You have
Right,
guys from outside of the city now that are running more than one stations who usually use the same playlist as it goes for rotations of regular songs and whatever. You know what I'm saying? The local what was really the detrimental part to what has happened in radio is there are a lack of mix shows. They're not the same amount of mix shows on the urban, like the younger urban KYS PGC stations as many as they used to be before. A lot of those mix shows have moved to your Magic 102.3s, and HUR tries to do mix shows. Easy Street tries to do a go-go mix on the weekend and stuff like that. But the structure of radio is not what it used to be when guys were coming up. So right now, the only bands that will get traction are those bands who already have a foundation already laid. That means they already have a name in the streets. They have a following already. They already have a discography that goes with their band. They have a track record already. For new bands, you know that's where the marketing and the money comes in because you're gonna have to put money into what your band sounds like, the presentation that your band has when they go out here in the streets. That's how you'll get the radio stations to notice you when you go up there, when you present your band. And then that's what they'll see because you still have guys who are in positions to make some things happen. You still have the Ricos who does mix shows all the time. You have a DJ Gemini that DJs, in go-go's here. And you have DJ Trini, who wasn't DJing as much in the go-go's back in the days, who are DJing in the go-go's now. So, when you're at these shows and you have these DJs who are there, that's how you start. Usually you take one DJ. Gemini is like a music director sometimes. He's able to get into the ear of a lot of other DJs. So if you was to get to him, then you can get to a lot of other guys who are under him as well. Same thing with Rico and all of that. So there's work that has to be done. The radio station is not going to do the leg work for you, though. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like with Coop
Nobody's
and
going to do the
But
legwork
how
no,
but
for you.
how
right, like
important,
what
how essential is it now though? Like you don't even see the
it's
radio station in the communities no more. You don't
yeah,
see them in the
it's
streets no more. So it's like what how much of a factor are they in 2024? That's what I'm trying to establish
well,
now.
radio is still radio at the end of the day. Whenever they crack the mic, they still talking to more people than you guys would play in front of in the whole
But
week.
not more people than the internet.
Well, but you guys haven't necessarily hit that platform on the internet where you guys are hitting 10 and 20,000 views every time you post a video. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. Radio is still prevalent, but you just still got. If Junkyard was to drop something right now, they would have no problem with getting on the radio. Backyard, if they was to drop something, they would have no problem. It's the younger bands that are coming up right now that are grinding, that's trying to get to that point where they got to put a little bit more into what they are and what their identity is going forward for them to be that band. But the bands who have already been here, who already have a foundation, who already have a lineage connected to their name, those guys can always, Most Shorter can always walk into an office and command a little bit of respect from certain guys because he's Most Shorter and he's connected to Junkyard. Coop can walk into any office if he wanted to because of the lineage that he has. Even with Top 5 right now, even from the work he's done with Backyard in the past, because he has those connections and that he's built that. See, what's happening right now, Go-Go, is a lot of bands are putting bands together and then they expect to just get it. It ain't happening. You know what I'm saying? That
Damn,
ain't gonna happen like
I
that.
don't got the lineage, I guess. I
No,
can't
I
walk
mean,
into any station.
what Malachi,
I'm
stop
just
it.
playing, man. I'm just playing.
No. You guys, like, what you guys are doing is cool, but I mean, if you want to keep it a whole buck with it, I mean,
Yeah, you
there has to
spending
be.
money though, Malachi. Hold on. I'm sorry, Malachi. You spending some money, bro. You doing you,
Well,
and that's all I'm talking.
hold on.
Hold on.
Who is you
Hold
guys
on,
that you
Molly.
were talking about, and then I'm spending money on
To
what?
put
On radio?
Molly, to put together what you're doing, man, is a great thing. I'm just saying it costs to even really, you got to hire musicians. You got, your production is great.
Yeah, there's absolutely,
and that's all
money
I'm
being
talking. I'm not
spent.
talking about pay the
talking about
radio.
specifically radio. Okay, then.
I'm not talking about paying the radio. I'm just saying it costs money to do it. It costs money to put in the top 5 for videos and records and trying to look great on the for a month. I'm not even talking about, when I talk about money, I'm just talking about investing in your product.
100%.
And it costs
100%. 100%.
So that you could be seen the right way. Because when we first went to Maryland Live, you said, "Hey man, y'all gotta you gotta put together. I gotta take a photo shoot. Some photo shoots $2,500. Some of them $500. Yep. You know what I'm saying? You got to do this, Coop. You got to have some music, man. That got to have some music that's, got to go in the studio. Yep. We got to do this. That stuff costs. And that's all I was saying, right? Putting the right packages together, putting the right, I'm talking about investing in yourself, looking the part. And that's how you get your attention.
Yeah.
Look at CCB.
I thought you were talking. I was only saying specifically paying for radio play, which is, I thought, what you guys were talking about. So my bad. Now I'm definitely spending money. Spending money.
As it goes for that, right? Because I know, like, me and my man Arvell, we've had back and forth about this for many years as it pertains to payola and radio stations. And we always talk about back in the days when the Huckabucks were getting played on the radio more so than OP Tribe back in the days. And he was talking about how Charlie leveraged, whatever position Charlie had. Because remember, Charlie wasn't just managing the band. He had a studio. He had sound systems that he used to, rent out and stuff like that. And he had Pleasure. He had a lot of things that he brought to the table that made him a commodity.
Yeah, leverage is money to me.
But same thing, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it was like, for on the regular, you know what I'm saying? If he didn't have that connection or whatever the case may be, would he have gotten in as much just based off of what the Huckabuck sounded like? I think so, because they was a band and they was recording. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. I'm being honest with you, because everybody know if you was playing go-go around that time, the Huckabucks was not very well liked amongst other bands. They weren't. They thought they was cheesy, but at the same time, when you look back at what they did and you listen to them joints, like, man, these fucking guys had classics. We didn't like it because
what I looked at about
dirtier then.
When I looked at them, it wasn't even about the music they was playing. It was about the presentation.
Right.
It was about the consistency because
Yeah,
every time they played them records, it
yeah,
sounded like the records
Right.
yeah.
every single
Yep.
time. So
They
it was
was
like
programmed. They
I
was
looked
super
at it. Yeah,
programmed.
I looked at it like, yo, these guys are off the hook. Like only because they were. I think they were the model for what, as far as presentation, what bands could have looked at and say, okay, we need to do this. I'm not saying that the chart definitely the relationships, because like Coop said, leverage, relationships is part of leverage. That's probably in this political town that we live in,
Hmm.
that's more valuable than your education level, your social status, anything is your relationships and your
It's not
connections to
even
people, right?
just DC. It's just everywhere.
Well, I'm just
People
saying
think
more
Well, we
so
gotta
here,
talk
like
about
even
just
getting in
DC.
restaurants
That we
here
gotta stop that
could be
too.
political.
We gotta stop that too. We're not ready to get compared to other cities yet until we get our own business in order. So they're trying to compare what we do comparing to other cities. That argument kind of falls a little flat. We ain't even got no outlets here in DC. Ain't no record labels, no record reps. There's no, because we keep talking about investing in go-go, right? But it's hard to invest in one thing when you got everybody who operates as a separate entity within this one umbrella that everybody agrees
Hey,
needs to be
I
built
said
up.
that. I said that earlier today. I don't know if you was on the show. I was talking about individualism.
Yeah, and that's the
Really,
problem. You got a
yeah.
lot of guys who love being the big fish in a small pond, but you don't understand about a pond is ain't a lot of fresh water going into a pond. You know what I'm saying? So eventually that pond is going to be like a fucking cesspool. So
But when
what's the point of being a big fish in a small pond? You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of guys they live with that mentality and go-go, and you got to get out of that shit first before we start trying to compare what's going on in DC with other cities. That's all I be saying. No, I ain't trying to disrespect nobody.
There was no comparison being made. The only point that I was making is that relationships matter everywhere in every city, in every business, and everything, not just DC. That's all I was saying.
Gotcha.
one thing that
Hey, you know what though? I love you guys, man. I feel like we could do this every Wednesday, man. And it's always a pleasure talking to Malachi, always Big Young, and Malik. You supposed to be the executive producer of this
Okay,
show,
I know. I
so
got you,
I
man.
know you've been out, but like I said, most of this stuff wasn't, it wasn't meant for, and I wasn't talking about payola. I was just talking about investing in your brand,
Yeah.
and just to get
Absolutely
just
necessary.
so that you could get noticed, and it costs Tony White was just Helio Martinez was like, the businesses don't buy in a do commercials in our 30-minute segment, but we should be doing our commercials, and we should be paying for those spots, because I remember when Icy Ice was back in the day, he was doing commercials. He owned the night. I mean, he could have walked in the radio. He was like Al for real. He was a promoter, but he was like an A&R.
What
Like
people don't remember,
he could go in the
Hey,
radio
Coop.
station and say, "Hey,
but
play this song," because he spent so much
Hey, Coop, can I
money.
say something?
Yeah,
Can y'all hear me?
yeah.
Look, the first thing that I think all you guys are missing, we keep talking about money. Money not the number one thing. Before we talk about money, let's talk about getting the structure right in go-go. Let's talk about the professionalism. Let's talk about guys not having drinks on stage. Let's start reaching out to people that was born here, like Sugar Ray Leonard. When Kathy Hughes ran things down here, we didn't reach out to none of these people because we only cared about money. That's all I keep on hearing y'all talk about money, 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 radio. Let's start all the way back to the structure as far as learning grooves. Let's start by practicing 3 days out the week. Let's start respecting our managers. Let's start being more family. I'm tired of these red and white shows, blue and white shows. The promoters have ran out of concepts, how to put shows together, and the fans are tired of it. And the last thing I want to say, we got the same people in go-go that's running it. That's the problem. We need new faces like myself and other faces with new ideas, with different agendas that's not focused on money, that's trying to help our culture. Because we always talk about one word I'm tired of hearing: the culture, the culture, the culture. And we talk about the culture. If the show say from 10 to 3, why the first band don't come on 11:45? If we're gonna start talking about the culture, let's start doing things right for the culture.
So who's running go-go?
Tony,
Who's running go-go? It's the promoters. The promote. Look, back in the days, like I said, with Coop, Mo, Icy Ice, Joe Clark, when the managers ran go-go, or even the small bands had CDs and Kent Mill Records and Sam Goodies. What they did, the big bands allowed the promoter to take over, and what they did, that fucked the game up as far as the smaller bands, because bands from guys like Coop and Mo and all of them, they helped out the smaller bands. But when we allow certain promoters get the game that only base things on money, and the agenda is money, it's just not about the culture. It's about their money.
Well, I'm sorry that you and you absolutely I thank you, Tony, but all your points are well taken. I'm just saying, when I talk about money, is because I've been in this grind, and I've done things a certain way, and it wasn't all about money. But I know what.
No, but I'm saying these old people.
Tony. I know what moves the needle. I know what moves the needle, and when I say money, I don't mean $100,000. I don't mean that. I'm just talking about consistency with the way things were done back in the day. It was certain things moved a certain type of way because of the economic power. You know what I'm saying? Money is power.
You're not talking about structure.
Money.
The conversation you had with band members, we talking about business structure. We ain't talking about the band members and what they do inside the band.
But we can't start with the business structure, Dan, without getting the structure of the go-go first. We got to get the small things right first in go-go before we go at the major things in go-go first.
Tony,
we don't know who's going to be at our shows.
What we got to acknowledge, Tony, is the average go-go consumer in 2024 is different. You and I care about the crank. We care about a whole lot of other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But right now, this is what I'm saying. The model has changed. The consumer has changed. So now go-go has to change. Now, the one thing that I don't like that people always say is, oh. There definitely is a disconnect in go-go culturally, right?
Right.
But the old people are not doing anything to anybody or stopping anybody from creating and doing the things. The thing is, you have bands now that feel like, I remember coming up in bands where the only time I talked to the people that I idolized, or I never got a chance to talk to them, only time I saw them is when I was paying my money to go see them. So I studied from a distance. I'm a student of the game. I didn't have access to them the way that youngins even have access to some of the older guys now. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have that level of access. So what I'm saying is, I'm saying that to say, people want the fame, the attention, and everything that the old people have without putting in the work that the old people put in. You can't do that. And that's one along the lines of what Cooper's saying too, is not even just about the money. He's saying you have to invest in how you present. Like even the go-go consumer now, it's more about, guess what's more important now? Oh, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. The venue is a bigger factor. People say, I'm not going here because of this. We was playing in warehouses with no bar. And you would get 13, 14, 15, 1,600 people in it with no bar. So it didn't have, and it wasn't sexy.
Well, we're also 30 years younger.
Baby pools in the middle of the floor and say it was a pool party, and people was walking down that hill in bathing suits.
A big younger. So why is we not focusing on the basics, man? We still.
I am focused on the basics. The basis is a band that's playing with no instruments on buckets down 12th and M. That's the basis.
The basis is don't have drinks on stage when you performing. That's the basis.
I mean, that's something that you listen. I understand that part. I don't understand why people do it and why it became like, the starter kit.
Because we don't have real managers like Mo and Coop no more. That's the problem.
the thing is, it doesn't. That goes into presentation, right?
Do
Clearly,
you think Miss Matt would put up with that, Dick Youngin? No. You think Miss Pratt would put up with that? You think Mo
I
would put up
understand
with
that, but
that?
guess what? No disrespect. No
Yes,
disrespect.
sir.
You come to see a Crank
But
Caviar show. There's no drinks on stage, but go ahead, Big Young. My
okay,
bad.
but my thing
But
is, if no drinks on the stage,
mhm.
gonna bring more people into the show?
No.
No. So
You
my
know why
point
it's
is,
not?
so my thing is, I understand what you're saying, man, and trust me, I agree.
Dick
Just
Youngin,
like
I'm just saying it's
everybody's
the same
microphone,
concepts.
just
You
like
just want to
everybody's
fly the
microphone is
white blue
now in the
show, the
middle.
green blue show, the black
I
white show.
understand,
That
but
shit
listen,
is played out. We
but
need
listen.
new people in the game. These old people is
All
fucking the
they
game. It's
It
too
might be
stagnant,
played
Dick
out, them
Youngin.
Jones
ain't
still
old
packed
people ain't
though.
doing nothing.
It's
All
not packed,
anybody
man.
want to
Stop. No,
do,
we gotta stop lying. It's not packed. Stop lying. It's not
listen.
packed. It's
All
not packed.
people have to do, listen, Tony.
That's
All
lying.
you have to do, if you're a band and you new, all you have to do is get a product that people like and are willing to pay for. And guess what? Old
That's true.
people ain't no factor. Old people not stopping nobody. Like, I'm tired of that narrative. Old people are not stopping nobody from doing nothing.
I agree with
Old
you.
people are doing the same thing they've been doing for 30, 40, 50 years.
Cranking.
No,
That's
no, no. I'm
it.
not talking about that, Dick
Now,
Youngin. I'm
because they
talking about.
came up, listen, because these bands wasn't always who they are. This is what I'm saying. People want to skip the process.
Right.
Dick Youngin, I'm not
These
talking
people are
about the
not
cranking
always,
part.
these bands are not what they were. They didn't come out the gate with hundreds and thousands of people liking their music. They did not come out the gate like that. People want to
I
skip the
understand.
struggle, and then it's easy to say somebody gatekeeping. It's easy to
No,
say
no, no.
that somebody is running go-go or something like that. Instead of, guess what? All you got to
No,
do
Dick
is get a
Youngin.
product that guess what? 100 people like.
It's not the
And then
product,
hopefully those
Dick
100
Youngin,
people,
and I fully respect all of y'all on the panel. The problem is, man, the money aspect has fucked up the game. I'll give you a perfect example. If you are a big band, right? If you playing that fast hits. Matter of fact, I'll give you this example. There's a band that used to open up for Familiar Faces at Martinez. I talked to the manager, right? He said they was only getting paid $400 to open up. And he said they played for 45 minutes. The problem is, man, we got people at the top that just carry these smaller bands, man. And I understand, I believe in putting in the work. But sometimes, man, people say, you got to put in the work, put in the work, put in the work. Like Mental Attraction, they are a cranking band. I mean, your clientele. Look how much work they got to put in. They already there. They already sound like an A-list band. But the thing is, the promoter won't allow them to come in. That's
what
the
do you
problem.
mean though?
It's not the crank.
If they were that
Them
popular
two,
as you
them two
saying,
bands crank.
listen, I
They
They
love
ain't
crank.
those
got 5
bands
of
that
their
you just
hits.
mentioned. But if they
They
was
ain't
that
5
popular,
hits.
they wouldn't need a certain promoter to bring them in. They wouldn't
They
need that.
do need that
How
because
many
they don't
people
have
are
a
bringing
fan base, Dick Young. They don't have a fan
young?
base.
Junk fan base was
Promoters
on
don't
Program was
don't
Taurus.
build fan bases.
The majority of people in go-go, they are hooked on names, man. Let's keep it 100. If you
So then say
junkyard,
the
you're gonna
go-go
get seen.
consumer need
If
to
you
change
vibe,
then.
you settle, let it flow. All these bands that's in go-go, they got names. You going to be seen, but the bands that's up and coming or that crank, guys keep on saying put in the work. These guys have put in the work. It's just that the promoters, they looking at it from the
Young,
money
you
angle.
giving
They
too
won't
much
allow
power to
them
a
to come
promoter.
in.
You giving
Nah,
too much
it's the
power to a
truth.
promoter.
It's true.
It's not
I
true,
have heard
man,
a
because guess
promoter on
what?
my page say this,
It's
Big
not
Youngin.
true.
If you want to go to report, I'm not going to put you on the show. I have heard promoters say that. They don't want you to comment. They don't want you to be a man.
First of
I have
all,
heard them say that. If I hear them commenting about the culture of go-go, I don't. One promoter told me that, Big Youngin. If I see them still talk about bad about go-go, he said, I don't put them on the show, Tony. I said, why
I
you
Okay.
do
think
that?
So
He said, I'm
guess
just
what?
not
at
going
Guess
to
what
put
I
them
would
on the show.
say. And guess what
I
I would
think
say. Guess what
I'm
I
not
would
going to
say,
say who he
Tony.
is, but he told me straight up, he's not going to put them
Guess
on
what I
if they
would say,
talking bad
Tony.
about go-go.
So
Yes, sir.
what? I would say, so what? Now I'm gonna
I
go.
think
Now I'm gonna
I,
go get this VFW, and I'm gonna do my own. And if I am what I say I am, then the people gonna come and
here-
see me wherever I'm at.
Big
So why
Youngin.
can't we go back to
Here's
the
the thing.
concept of the 90s and have the managers control things
This not the
instead of the
First of
90s. It's
all,
promoters?
this not the
2024.
90s no more. Get out the
Oh my,
90s. That
I
shit is a
know
wrap.
that, but I'm saying the managers should control the market, not the damn promoters.
The
Go-Go was
managers.
successful because the managers was controlling the market, not a promoter
All right.
who made them
So
care about
Tony,
art.
All right.
what is
Thanks a
your
lot, man. Thanks.
plan to have
Thank you.
managers take back over again? Like that's not
The
really something you can
the
just say
plan is that
should
none of
happen.
y'all don't want to talk about, man. To be honest, we need new, just like a president run for every 4 years. We need new faces with new agendas,
Okay.
with new ideas like myself.
Okay.
That's the problem. We got
It's
the
a little
same
bit
people doing the
ironic that
same
we
shit.
can't see your
Super Dan.
face, and you're saying we need new
People
faces.
doing the same
Yeah.
shit, the
I'm
same
just
show,
sitting
the
back
same.
listening, man. I'm sitting
Well,
back
do
Yeah,
listening.
something. Do
take
We
something
need
control.
new
different,
ideas and
man.
new people in go-go, man.
Well, do it.
Hey,
That's the
Tony,
problem.
That's what's
Nobody
up.
hey,
stop. None
Tony.
of us are
Thanks.
stopping you
Thank
at
you.
all.
Hey Tony, it's like, so if you said faces like yourself, what would you be doing, Tony? I mean, you don't
You
need
said what I
nobody.
would do?
You
Look,
don't need nobody.
first thing, the first. Hold up. Go ahead.
Listen. Hold on. Listen to the question.
Go ahead.
You know, like a leader leads. Don't sit back and wait for an appointment. Just jump out there and start a movement
Do it.
and get people to start following you if you feel like if you that passionate about it.
I just started a go-go page. I got 2,200 people join my page in 2 months. That's my score. I am starting to. They join my page in 2 months. 2,200 people. Go look at it. Go use me on Facebook. Go people following me. Hard to get 2,200 people.
So what's the agenda, Tony? What do you
The
want?
agenda is talking to guys like themselves and we try to see what we can do, get some new faces, man, and get the change this shit. Because it's not going to be changed the same.
I think the problem is that you guys misconstrue promoters for guys who throw events.
Yeah.
That's
know
the
what I'm
biggest thing right
And
now.
it's not the promoter's job to build your
Yeah,
fan base.
yeah, y'all don't
Not at all.
understand the difference. The difference, a promoter is icy ice. A promoter is a you know what I'm saying, like a Vic walk jam. You don't have those guys no more. You got a bunch of event throwers out here. You don't have promoters that, you know, you got Dwayne Nutt, you know what I'm saying, Los and them who do weekly joints, Uptown, Epic Concepts and them, you know what I'm saying? But you got a lot of guys that just throw, they set up shows just to throw their events. They not really promoters. That's why they deal with the same bands all the time. That's
Right,
just the
right.
truth.
And even
So
being in a quote unquote big band, do you think we sit around and wait for specific promoters and say why this promoter not booking this and this? And I know you're gonna say, oh, because you this, man, but like this is why my understanding is like so low when it comes to like, you know, one, people identifying somebody as running it, right? And people feeling like they don't have an opportunity is because like I was very young when they came out, right? Probably about 4 years old, 5 years old when they started. But I look at the story of the band that I'm in. What if they would have waited for a promoter? They used to
that's
go
why
downtown and wait for people. I'm pretty sure sometimes they went downtown and that bucket ain't have enough to get a Happy Meal. You know what I'm saying? And to go from that to really come from nothing and grind, they had to get the respect, because I'm pretty sure even in the genre, this had based on my conversations with them, a lot of people didn't take them serious. They was like, oh, it's a cute little novelty band. Oh, they cute. They this, you know what I'm saying? For years. Until they started maturing the sound and they built a sound. You gotta think they started playing outside for tourists. That was their fan base. They didn't have a fan base like that was static. So they had to
Right.
build their way and work their way into the club and get respect even amongst their peers over the years to become what they are now. It's like this microwave generation we in, man, and we have a very entitled go-go community
yeah, let's
of
get
people who
back.
feel
Let's
like
get
just
back.
because you put 10 people together,
Mhm.
that people
Let's get
supposed to book you, people supposed to come see you, people supposed it don't work like that.
yeah, let's get
And you
back to
not
like that.
even if no band allow you to play before them, they don't owe you access to their fan base. They don't owe
Hey,
you
Right.
nothing.
hey, Big Young, and I'm gonna tell you what I've been noticing, and the biggest thing, and I've been going to see bands for like
I
forever.
had to use the bathroom. I'm sorry.
Bands ain't even putting people in that pit. You know that pit, that stage when you performing, and they come up there and just love you guys so much that they are in front of you partying with you. That right there has told me that tells me a lot, that even if you have a particular song or a groove that just motivates them to just say, oh yeah, this is my joint, to come up and party with you. There's so many bands that I'm seeing. That's
That's
not
because we're
even.
all 50+ years old. How much do you
Yeah.
expect us to
No,
do?
don't say that.
Hold
Don't
on.
say that.
No,
Don't say that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
If this is live
we ain't got
entertainment.
signs no more. We ain't got the.
See, now listen, y'all don't. That's what Pop
We
love.
Pop. Yeah,
You love Pop. You gonna motivate Pop to just come. Look, he loved that you said that.
People reserve.
You know what I mean?
There's some people reserve. Don't nobody want. I don't want a bunch of niggas on my back.
So hold on. So
okay.
So y'all saying if you play in front of Junkyard, you sitting down not moving, and then come and party with Junkyard.
It ain't everybody.
It don't matter. I'm not saying that's not saying it's not everybody. All that excuses. I'm talking,
talking about Junkyard.
You're talking about excuses.
You're talking about the Mount Rushmore.
It don't matter.
Talking about the other bands.
I'm just talking about a party. I'm just talking about even, you know what I mean?
No, I know what you're talking about.
Come on, get them up the party in that pit.
I know what you're talking about.
And you come in here and go, oh yeah, we old, man. Nah, y'all sit down.
I'm saying that.
We 51 years old. As an excuse. Come on, man.
I don't want no
I'm
nigga
only
on my
47.
back.
Thank you very much.
I don't want I don't want no balls on my back. Okay,
In a few years, in a few years, I'm about to be. In a few years, I'll be 50, and I'm telling you, as somebody who's on the stage,
for real?
hey Dan, I'm about to be 50.
Shit, I feel like
so look, exactly.
Good, baby.
So look. This is the thing. And I go. You know, I'm conscious of this even when we performing now because we play so many shows, man, that it's easy to fall into a mode where it's just like, you know, I did this last night, the night before last, the last 26 weeks, whatever, because we're playing so much, right? So I always, you know, when I see us getting into that state, I'll scream across the stage like, hey, like we still have to present excitement. We still have to present energy. We still have to present, like, you know what I'm saying? It has to be, it's the way that you present it. But I'm not saying that everybody's style is going to be the same. That's really one of the biggest problems now is people's focus, instead of on giving an energizing performance or entertaining performance, however it is, their focus is on looking the part more so than creating an experience for the people. So people want to look a certain way. Like I'll say now, a band structure, it seems like more is put into the way you look, which includes the cup and all of that type of stuff, right? It's looking more. You gotta have a look. Your lead talker gotta be in the middle. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? It gotta look a certain way for them to feel like it's gonna be accepted. But guess what? If you can sit your mic in the middle of the stage, you can take the measurements of your favorite band and get somebody in your band to match their measurements, height, everything. And if you sound like trash and people don't like you or you're not entertaining the people, they are not going to come back. And then you're going to say the old people, the people who everybody's trying to emulate instead of being creative, then you're going to say that they gatekeeping or that they holding go back some type of way.
Here's the thing,
These
man.
people, we 50, bro. How can we stop 20-something year olds?
Can I paint a picture? Can I paint a picture for you guys?
Sure, buddy.
So we always talk about the 90s. Let me just because I think people forget about certain things that were going on that actually helped a lot of go-go bands out. You had a PA Palace, you had a Showplace Music, you had Mix It Up Music.
Damn, be in the pit, y'all.
You had Kwame, you know what I'm saying? You had a lot of resources out on the streets, on the regular. Nico, everybody. People were pumping tapes. Now, over time, bands, because money started getting tight, man, bands wanted to get tight on those resources, on those outlets. Oh, y'all got our CD, somebody gave y'all CD or whatever the case may be. Now we tightened up on the stores and stuff like that. So now stores got to go through whatever they go through. We don't have the same outlets like we had before, pushing out PA tapes and what, and guys not recording as much as they used to. That's one thing. The promoter thing, like the brother was talking about earlier, is different because you had guys who actually back then who promoted shows who actually owned spots too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these promoters out here don't own shit. You know what I'm saying? They rent spots. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying we kind of conflate what promoters and event throwers are. Those are two different people. It's not the same.
Well, what are you suggesting that only promoters that own a spot or a real promoter? Is that what you're saying or no?
No, what
No
I'm just telling you
misunderstanding.
what the difference is from then to now. You had venues that when you it's easy to have an Abdul and Mark Barnes who have their own brand of throwing parties. But it was a lot easier in the 90s when you had a go-go minded owner who had a club that was just mainly for go-go's. You know understand what I'm saying? He'll mix in some
So
club shit here and
what you're
there.
saying is there's a lack of go centric venues right now. That's
Right.
separate from promoters. Like, yes, there are
Yeah,
promoters that own
Yeah.
clubs,
But
but you don't have to
yeah,
own a club to be a real promoter.
no.
Bottom line.
That's not I'm not trying to say anybody is not a real promoter. I'm just telling you the level of what we're dealing with now compared to the golden days that everybody loves to bring up. You know what I'm saying? When bands were
right,
profiting and bands and the younger bands were being put out there and why it's different now. You don't have that same type of platform like you had back then, where younger bands can just get on the show because the promoter was popular. You know what I'm saying? Because Icy Ice is throwing the show, it didn't matter who the hell was on the bill. You know what I'm saying? Because Icy is throwing the drink, Rams was going to show up. You know what I'm saying? You don't have that anymore. You have certain guys who have certain clientels, but it doesn't necessarily mean that all bands are gonna profit or be beneficial to those guys. If you understand what I'm saying, that's why certain promoters use certain bands all the time, or they have a certain brand that they're trying to create with
right.
the events that they throw. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. You don't have the same level of promoters that the brother was talking about earlier that you probably would need for younger bands. You just don't have that same level of concentration to younger bands like that now. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Guys don't like taking L's.
yeah. One of the things I was going to say was he kept talking about why is it got to be about money? Why it was always about money.
Yes.
It's just
Yes.
the level of money is different. The bands cost way more money now than they used to back in the day. Like most of the bands back in the 90s, like I'm not going to say most of the bands, but I can speak for some of the bands, didn't get paid at all. And
Right.
Buck and ICAs and whoever they were just taking all the money. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, promoters were the same back then that they are right now. They're about making money.
With Malachi, this is
Some
what
of
I
them
always
own
say too,
clubs, some of them
because
did.
everyone
Say
throws
again.
around this whole. It's always been about money.
Cause that
Everybody
band,
throws
hold
around,
on, y'all. Cause that band in Norfolk State wasn't making no money.
and you absolutely right.
I
And
just,
look, guess what?
I'm just fucking
No,
with you,
but
man.
guess what? That
Right,
was part of my process, right?
right,
So
right,
look, this is what I'm saying. Everybody
I don't
always
think
want
there's
to throw
anything
this
wrong with
phrase
that.
around, know your worth. Know your worth.
right,
Yes, know your worth. Your worth is internal, but your worth and your value are not the same.
right,
That's what you have to realize now. You can how you work, nobody can tell you
right.
and dictate to you how much you're worth.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But
Well,
they can tell you how much value you have to what
let me
their
tell you.
business venture or their event or whatever.
So
They can tell you that.
so if money
So
ain't
so
matter, right? If money ain't matter, I remember when Backyard got them goddamn varsity jackets, not even them leather jackets with Backyard on the back, the black and gray drinks around the
yeah.
icebox time.
Them Jones like $4,000.
Bruh, that's the first time we seen any band do that, marketing wise. Now, Red Essence
Well,
everybody had coordinated
well, I
outfits that they
got
used to wear.
well. We're respectively. I brought that back from the Petworth days and the Rare Essence days, and
Right.
the people that I always saw. So I brought that kind of like
But that was
even
money.
even with Junkyard, they came up. Genghis will tell you this story because they used to what's his name used to manage with Mo back in the day. I
McCray,
forgot. Dirk, yeah, Dirk.
Dirk McCray.
Dirk used to he used to buy jackets for Bugs and them or whoever bought them, but they had junkyard jackets and it was just some things that I ain't seen in a while. That it wasn't really us doing it first. It was just me
Cohesiveness,
just
though.
reinventing the wheel. You know what I'm saying?
You know what people see in the outside when they see that? They see a band that's together, cohesiveness. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And if you're in another band, you watching that like, yo, man, I want my band. We got to be together like that. You know what I'm saying? We got to get together. We got to go out. We got to do. We a family. That's the only way this go-go shit work. You
Dirk
got your
McCray.
family.
Yeah, my bad.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's
Right.
just it's different now. It's different. It's a lot different.
I've been
And that's
telling people for 10, 15, 20 years the focus should be on your product. What you
that's where the
present, what are
money
you
come in at.
selling?
That's where the
Then
money
there's
come
going to
in
be
at.
Hey,
money.
It's on the
I told you when I said
venues.
that.
It's on how clean the bathroom is. It's on how good the chicken wings are. It's I mean,
I mean, and
it ain't about
a
the
I'm not
lot,
product no
discounting those
more,
being
man.
important.
a
But
lot
what
of
I'm
that
saying
stuff
is
matter. I'm not
it's
coming
changed.
back
No,
to a
right,
shitty
right.
The
bathroom.
product is more
Especially at
important.
50.
That's what Youngin trying to say. The product is more
The
No,
important.
band,
no.
listen, the
What
band
I'm
don't
saying is
have
this, Dan. No, what I'm saying is this. Instead of focusing on which bands promoters using all the time and who won't give you what 20 minutes before or whatever, or what bands won't let you open up for them and all of that. Instead of focusing on that, put that energy that you focus on launching that campaign, put that energy into creativity and presentation and creating a product that people will like. If people like your product, they will come.
Right.
I don't
I
care
got a
I don't
question.
care who promotes it.
Right.
I got a question for everybody. I got a question.
Uh,
So, as far as we talking about the state of go-go and all that good stuff and moving forward and moving the culture, how long? I mean, my next question that I wanted to present today is this: is there such thing as a misrepresentation of go-go as we're presenting it today?
there you go with this loaded question shit.
Man, that's not
Man.
loaded. I'll take the
This a
first
whole
stab
3
at you.
hours with this, man.
Yeah,
Goodness.
man. If
Oh,
I
hey,
don't know if
y'all
it's
know. Hey,
No, listen, okay,
I
okay.
wouldn't be
Let me
me. I
answer.
wouldn't be me if I ain't do me.
Let
So
me answer
I
this.
just like to
Because
hear from my peers.
listen, like because I think even with this conversation, man, we act like that this part of go-go and the different interpretations of go-go hasn't been around now over 20 years. It has. You go back to the subtle thoughts, the touch of essence, all them bands back that used to play Club U, they was doing the same thing. Everybody started having their own interpretation according to how older some people got. You know what I'm saying? They just couldn't do the same material, so it made it easier. They wanted to do cover tunes. Over time, my man E coined the phrase "shooby dooby." That turned into whatever it turned into. But you can't sit here and to discount it. It's here. It's not going anywhere. These guys are getting gigs. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't affect the go-go bands who already have a foundation. Like none of them bands who play cover tunes will ever be able to stand to the discography of a Northeast Groovers or a Junkyard or a Red Essence or a Backyard. So
I think
if you're a band that's trying to come up in traditional go-go with traditional sounds, stick to that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you can
right.
still play covers, but at the same time, don't be afraid to have your own shit. Because the reason why Backyard Junk and Northeast and Rare Essence and these bands are still on top is because they got their own shit. You can't ever you can't tie them to any covers.
well, I can say
They
this.
Yeah.
got
I can
they
say
got
this. I
their
can
Hello.
say this
own
Yes,
too.
you
they
can.
got their own shit.
One thing I
Yes,
can say, no, it's not
say
even
it.
just about that.
Speak
It's
it.
not even just about that, right? This is what I feel like. One, I think this is a question that we don't know the answer to yet, right? Because I think if you want go-go to stay here, there's a certain standard. If you want to appeal to people who didn't grow up and wasn't every summer for the whole summer, every week, a block party popped up, the side by side band came to your school. If you were somebody who didn't grow up in this and you trying to appeal to those people, they're gonna have to be other interpretations of go-go. But the thing about it is we're so emotionally attached. It's like even now in this
Oh
conversation,
God.
we've made so
Oh,
many references to the
thank
90s,
you, youngin.
which is
Right,
my
God damn.
favorite. That's one of my favorite eras.
So
right.
But
sensitive.
we've made so many
Emotional.
references to a certain era, and that's because the thing about go-go is it's personal for some of us. Our
Hmm.
favorite show, we know what we had on, we know who we walked in the door with, we knew what the playlist was.
Hey,
It's because
hey,
we're
youngin.
emotionally attached to it in that way,
Hey,
right?
youngin.
But if we want go-go to go beyond here, and we all fighting for fast eddies or whatever, we're gonna have to make it digestible to people who
Hey,
did not grow up on it,
youngin.
and that's going to have
Absolutely.
Agreed.
different
That's
interpretations.
what
I,
Mama's sauce
Absolutely.
was. Yeah.
I just want to say something, and you pinned the tail on the donkey to me because when you said emotionally attached, and that's what happened with some of the people still today. They didn't accept bounce beat.
Right.
They didn't accept, backyard at one time because they was playing rototons too much.
Ooh, I got a good one for you too. I
You
got a good
know,
one.
so and they get so that ain't go, or like when a band in Florida, their interpretation of whatever they do, because they got congos and they want to be a go-go band. Well, because it's in Florida, that ain't real go-go. Man, I hate that. I
Right.
hate when people get stuck on this interpretation. And me personally, I would love to see a band in Chicago. I would love to see a band in Oregon. I would love to see
for the
a band.
culture.
It's like we get so attached to it, and they be like, well, because it's in Oregon, we feel like we so entitled. We don't want it to breathe, bro. We keep it here. That's
here's
why
a,
they ain't on no billboards.
here's a
That's
good
why
example.
nobody
so
even wants to
stuck here,
collaborate.
bro.
Here's a good
Artists are
example,
scared.
right?
Other artists from other areas are scared to collaborate because as soon as somebody puts something out that don't sound like the Black Hole in '92,
Oh my God.
everybody's gonna
But
shoot it down.
but here's the
Oh
thing,
my
man.
God.
Here-
CeeLo got a whole album with damn near
Come on,
half the
y'all.
genre.
Come
And
on
this
now.
mother will
Come
not
on
put it
now.
out.
so
And it
so
don't
look,
sound.
hey, Big
It's
Youngin,
too
Big
water.
Youngin.
It's this. It's that.
So
Man,
let
that's
me put
another interpretation that they got down south, man, and I
right.
love it.
Let me say this. Let me give you this example. Remember at the Source Awards years ago? I'm talking about the infamous Source Awards with Suge Knight. And also there was something else that happened that night too that was big. It wasn't just Snoop and Dr. Dre telling New York, because New York for a long time thought that they ran hip hop. And they didn't believe that there was any other interpretation that mattered in hip hop in New York. And then when Snoop got on stage and said, man, y'all ain't got love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg, and it basically was letting y'all know the West Coast coming. What else happened that night was Andre 3000 got on stage and he basically
Right.
told New York the South got something to say.
Got something to say.
We sometimes in go-go, man, we gotta understand shit changes, styles changes, shit evolves. You understand? And we not gonna just, you can't just discount a sound or interpretation of the sound because you don't particularly like it or it don't register with your ears. This is all part of the game at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be the cover tune shit, the bounce beat shit, clank shit in the middle, the game is what it is. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to roll with that shit. You know what I'm saying? That's all. And I think sometimes we cut off our nose in spite of our face. And we've been doing it for a long time. How many times have we had this conversation about the state of go-go? Shit been going on for over 20 years. The same conversation. So it's the thing.
Well, like,
Everybody just gonna have to understand what it is, and we just gonna have to roll just like that, man. That's all.
yeah, so that's a good question, Shot Boogie. What does getting out the way mean? Should the older bands just stop playing? Is
I
that
don't know
going to
who the
increase
fuck
somebody else's? Like
anybody who
this,
makes
so I'm just trying to get it because I see Gigi is on too. Like, what is passing the torch?
I
Like,
don't know what that means.
what does that look like for go-go as opposed to a new artist stepping up? Like,
Yeah, I don't.
no other genre is it required for somebody, or there's an official passing of the torch in a sense. Most times a
Yeah,
torch is passed
LL Cool
in
J didn't
music.
have to stop performing for Future to start.
Right.
Right.
You know
That's
what
my
I'm saying?
point. It's like, how is somebody older stopping anything from moving?
Nah.
How?
They
If
still
we're playing, how are we in the way?
yeah, Junkyard
How?
ain't doing nothing to the young bands. They ain't
I guess
passing
Nothing.
nothing.
We don't
part
even
of the
have the same
argument.
demographic.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on, Big Guy. Hold on. I think part of the issue might be that there's a finite number of venues in the area, and some
Okay.
of these bands may feel like they're trying to get and because of the fact that our whole culture is only built on live performance, that if there's a finite number of venues and a finite number of promoters that are putting shows in those venues, and those promoters want to make money, by
So
putting,
should we
you know,
stop?
they have to make money. The bands want to make money because if the bands didn't care, they're not doing it for fun either. Then they would play for free, and you
So
could play. You know what I'm saying? But
so
like,
should we stop
you
then?
take up all. No,
Hey,
that's
y'all.
not what I'm saying. I'm talking
Hell
about
no.
where the
So we
thought
got
process
dates.
comes from.
So and I can only speak for Junkyard. We got dates, about 20 of them throughout the summer, and none of them are around here. So hopefully we get it out enough people way on those 20 dates.
Stop it,
Hey,
Big
hey,
Young.
Big
Go
Young.
ahead, Big Young.
Somebody can
Go
do a
ahead.
breakthrough
Hey,
for the
Big
whole
Youngin.
summer.
Go ahead, Big Young.
Hey, Big Youngin.
Huh?
Man, listen, man. Y'all historically one of the greatest bands alive, man. Keep doing what y'all doing. I like the back and forth on our feed. They talking to each other, man. They engaged on this conversation that we all that Dan came up with. And hey man, JYB is y'all grandfathered a lot of people, man. Don't ever stop. Don't nobody want y'all to stop. So keep bringing that good music. Malachi, you know, with that Crank Caviar, man, keep doing your thing, man. And Malik the Freak, you better have your ass back in here next month. I'm gonna come looking for your ass.
I'll be
man.
back.
Hey y'all, Coop
We
kicking
need
us
these
out, y'all.
conversations, y'all. We need these. Hey, youngin, you gotta come
Coop
get
kick-
me so we can
hey,
work
Coop
out. I've
landed
been
the
on
plane, y'all.
I've been on the
Coop landed the
treadmill.
plane.
I've been on the treadmill.
I need to work out with y'all and shit.
Yeah.
I was there earlier today, man.
Hey, everybody that's listening in, man. I love the comments. I love y'all getting engaged. Like, we couldn't read everybody's. Thank you, Gino. Thank you, GG. Thank you, Tony White. Shy Boogie. Thank you, Charles. Thank you. I can't see that. That's Hillard Wilson. Kenny. Shy Boogie, man. Y'all
Man, Crank
y'all been
Caviar need to put out a PA tape, man.
Huh?
Crank Caviar need to put out a PA tape, yeah.
Crank Caviar? Yeah.
Crank Caviar has
live
8
joint.
Well,
songs out on.
Hey, guess what?
Caviar
When
has
when
8
Crank
songs.
Caviar put out a PA tape, Top 5 gonna put out one.
Hey, y'all need to put out one
Well,
too.
then you better get ready because it's coming.
Y'all need to
And
put out one
also,
too.
I've been in the Crank Caviar
that's part
talent
of
pool for 2 years.
that's part of marketing, y'all.
I've been in the talent pool. I've been in the talent pool for Crank Caviar for 2 years.
I don't know, Big Youngin, man. You might not be light skinned enough, man, for Malachi, man. I don't
Must
know,
be
man.
something, man. I'm trying to lose some weight. Maybe that's it. I'm trying to lose weight because all I see is small. All
these little niggas.
All the small guys.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Big Young, you looking good, man.
Hey, Malachi, send me the weight requirement, man, so I know where the goal post at.
I'm tired of y'all giving me
That's funny.
shit.
That's funny.
There's 150 million musicians in go-go. We can't put every single fucking drummer for every single band on every single show.
Nobody want to hear that shit. You want to play Burry Gordy, man? You gonna have to take this shit, man. Nobody want to hear that shit.
I'm not trying to hear this shit either.
Fuck.
I just want to know where the goal post at. That's all.
Especially this week.
I moved the goal. I moved the goal post. Hey, Malachi. Hey, y'all see me move this goal post now because we can. Because I'm trying to avoid Dan for asking another question.
Right.
Because he will. Right. And we'll be on here. We'll be on here another hour and a half. Like, hey, I told him we need to go back to 4 hours.
I got one more question.
We used to do 4 hours. We're gonna do 2 hours.
Let Shannon Sharp cook, man. Go ahead, Go ahead, Shay. Go ahead, Shay. Go ahead, ask your question, Shay.
That's me right there. Of the Shay, I'm the new Shay Stay of Go-Go.
Man. You the DMV Wendy Williams, man.
Hey, listen. No, I ain't even gonna do it.
I don't know what channel you're talking about, but it's time to
Hey, y'all, he geeking to ask another question, boy.
I got a show. No, because
I just want to talk about
when I got my good men on here, man.
I'm about to go on vacation, man. Can I talk about my vacation?
Yes, ladies and gentlemen.
God,
listen, Coop, go ahead, Red. Y'all, hey, listen. I hope y'all ready Coop got his bathing suit ready, y'all. He got his 2-piece. He got his open toe sandals ready, y'all. He about to go ahead, Coop. Go ahead and let him know, man. I'm gonna get out the way. Go ahead.
I'm going on vacation.
Let him know, yeah.
We acting up. We going to we the Carnival cruise. We going Sunday morning. We getting in Miami. We gonna be on the cruise for a whole week. For the Ocho Rio, Jamaica, Cayman Islands, Mexico. We gonna be out there, and you Facebook people, you gonna see it because just get ready to hate. Why they go out there? They hating on. Why they in the pool? Why they in the basketball? Why they on the beach? Because y'all niggas do it.
Coop going on the gatekeeping trip and shit.
Yeah, gatekeeping. And for the people that can't go, I'm sorry. You didn't sign up for the gatekeep registration.
Coop, you supposed to take some of the younger people with you, Coop.
Coop.
Well, I'm
setting Big Youngin. There you go, Big Youngin.
Hey, Youngin, I'm setting an example. I'm just telling them once they get through this.
Nah, yeah. Gotta take the young bands with you.
I'm just gonna tell them this is what we do. Nah,
take the youngins with you, Coop.
That's a joke. That's a joke. Guess what though? Ain't no youngins in the game. Hey, hello.
That's the problem. That's the problem, right?
It ain't no youngins in the game. They not our sons. They our little brothers, and they our main man in them.
You said main man in them.
Yes.
So that's pretty much right there. Y'all see this?
Mike Warren still around?
This is where Coop gonna be at, y'all.
Yeah.
And it's called We Acting Up. So
we acting up. Serious Vibe, top 5. Yeah.
That was like the lamest lead up to a plug ever, Dan. Like,
I mean, he not Charlemagne, bro. You act like he motherfucking Joe Madison or something.
Who that?
Talking about Dan. This nigga Malachi expecting Joe Madison out of Super Dan.
Oh yeah, Dan tough.
Donnie Simpson, no, he's not.
Man, Dan going to you on a Fort Lauderdale.
Yeah, y'all gonna be just in time for Fort Lauderdale. My vacation.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Well,
no,
Big Youngin. I'm gonna see you out Fort Lauderdale because once I get off the boat, I'm coming down. I'll be there Saturday. I'll be there.
You gonna see me for one hot second, but I will be there.
Hey, Big Youngin, that's our time to shine right there.
Why not, Young? What we doing?
Huh? I'm going somewhere else as soon as I leave there.
Huh?
I'm going somewhere else as soon as I leave there.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Y'all better stop taking these trips and don't be coming back with no product, man.
Hey, look here, man.
I'll take all these goddamn trips. We don't know if y'all went. We don't know how nobody sound or nothing.
We gonna live. We definitely gonna have a lot of footage for y'all on this thing right here, man. Fort Lauderdale, baby. Next week, man. Hey, Big Youngin. Yeah. We gonna have a ball, man. You gonna have a ball in Fort Lauderdale, man. We got the good JYB, What Band, Still Familiar.
They must be playing on different days.
MAB doing their thing, man. Hey,
cranking down 95.
We are actually again, DC. I hear y'all
we got
something
special too. That's all I'm gonna say.
How we don't
let the cat out the bag, but we got something special for Fort Lauderdale.
Man, y'all need to bring that shit home, man.
Yeah, man. You come out of town to see it, man. You gotta get away from.
I like to get that. I like to get that sand in my feet.
Hey, Big Youngin, call me so and let the cat out the bag.
He said, "Call Lisa."
Call me. Nah, don't call Lisa.
Y'all gonna do a goddamn. Guess what? Y'all doing a goddamn show. Everybody been waiting for years.
I love Lisa the Word.
All right, y'all. I gotta roll.
All right, man. Love you, man.
All right, Malachi. I appreciate you, man.
Let me know, Coop, whenever or I can't remember who called me. Coop called me about whatever the other day that you want me to come on.
Hey, guess what?
The 29th. The 29th is when we booked your client for the 29th.
Yeah, we having a print shop reunion. We have a print shop reunion. Don't be surprised at Markintown, boy. I'm trying to tell you.
All right.
That's different,
right? See y'all later, man.
All right.
Take it easy, man.
Y'all give it up for my man Leo, man.
Don't think I don't know what you're saying, Malik. All right. See y'all later.
Oh man. Hey y'all. Hey, we about to
man.
Hey man, we about to get up out of here, man.
Leo, going to puffy parties.
Hey, I want to give y'all one thing I really wanted. I wanted to talk about today that I didn't get opportunity to talk about, man. all my businesses out there tomorrow, man. DPI is opening up their platform, man. They're going to be on a live Zoom tomorrow, man. All my businesses in PG County. If you have any questions that you have towards the DPI, you know what I mean? If y'all are not aware, this is the company, I mean, the ones that handles all of the codes and regulations of operating your business, y'all. And you know what I mean? I don't know if y'all remember at one time, I remember in PG County that they had shut down 20 clubs at one time. And we went through it, and they was blaming all the crime that was happening in PG County on the nightclubs and, you know, all the go-go's back in those days. You know what I'm saying? Now, again, I don't know if y'all know statistically the crime has not dropped at all, man. And they don't have a finger to point fingers at right now because the violence, go-go ain't violent. It ain't got that stank on it like it used to. And they are still trying to point fingers and find reasons to find out why clubs can't operate. You know what I mean? I know y'all notice a lot of clubs are operating now and shutting down at 9 o'clock. And you understand like why they not going past 9 o'clock. You know what I mean? It's rules and regulations out here that they have to go by, that they need to talk to DPI to understand the rules that comes with operating, having a liquor license or being a restaurant or having live entertainment. This is the questions and this is the open forum that you can ask DPI any questions that you have in regards to operating your business. So if you know any business owners out there in PG County that has any questions, please let them know. I will be posting this on our website, on the page also, to give you guys information about when this is going down tomorrow, y'all. It's going down tomorrow at 11 o'clock. So spread the word to any business owner in PG County to let them know if they have any questions to get on this virtual Zoom tomorrow. And I wish everybody luck in PG County as far as getting anything that you need to get done or operating your business to operate, you know what I mean, successfully in PG County.
Man, cut the check, Dan. Cut the check, man.
Make sure you cut the check. Also, I want to give a shout out to Angela also Brooks.
Oh, he getting a check for that.
Angela,
man, cut the check,
Angela also Brooks, y'all. If y'all don't know, she pulled it off. The Democratic Senate primary candidate. She beat Trone. Now, hey, you guys, you showed up, you showed out, and in PG, you know what I mean, in Maryland, it ain't PG County. She's running for Senate, y'all. She's running for Senate. So right now, hey, it's a war that's going to go down in the fall. It's going down. She's going against Hogan in the fall. She's going to need you guys back on it again in the fall, man. So, hey, once again, shout out.
Tell him, Malik.
Tell
him, Malik.
Shout out.
This nigga plugging like shit, ain't he? That plug older is something serious, ain't it? That plug older, man. I'm trying to tell you. See, that's what we talk. That's what Go-Go need right there, Dan. That's what you just did. Them last 5 minutes, that's what Go-Go need. That plug older you just pulled off. Come on, man.
What?
Come on, man.
I'm just talking news, man.
That's all I'm doing. Every time
I'm trying to help my clubs out.
Every time we start promoting the candidate, I know you got a bag somewhere.
I'm not promoting Angela also, bro. I can't stand PG County. They locked me up. I don't like PG. You know that. I'm just over here just being the news that I am. You know what I mean? That's all it is. Hey, Big Young.
Thanks, Angela.
Go ahead.
For locking Dan up. I ain't trying to blame her.
I didn't say she locked me up. I said PG County.
Man, y'all did not like Angela at first.
Right, man. Come on, man.
Well, you got to understand, you know, she at her position, you know what I mean? At the position she was in at the time. That's what she was.
I remember.
You know what I mean? But now she's a county exec. We love her. We love her to death right now as a county exec.
I guess.
Especially Mo. Now you need to talk to Mo.
Hey, cool.
Yeah.
I was about to say Mo about to bring that bus around PG somewhere.
Man, listen, man. I'm gonna start hanging around Mo, Joe. I'm gonna get Mo and Jahar back together again.
Hey, that would be. The only person can do that is Big Yankee. Big Yankee, the only person who can do that.
I know.
Cut the check, man.
Come on, Big Yankee. I'm on your team to do it too.
Oh, this is funny.
I've had very good amicable relationships both of them.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. That's how,
Peaceful.
yeah,
Right.
that's how I feel the same way, yo, when it comes
And
down
Hey,
to
but
it.
ain't no wrong with saying that though. I mean,
oh, and 100%. I mean, my experience with both of them has been awesome over the past 20
right,
some
right.
years. So, I
Now
benefited
they
from both.
two,
Yeah,
hey man, two good men,
yeah,
striving, man, and
yeah,
standing on business for great
hmm
causes, man. That's all you get, I mean,
yeah,
that's you gotta give it up to them, you know what I'm saying?
yeah. They've both been impactful in my life. So,
Yep, yep,
Hey
yep.
man, before we leave, can I give Big Youngin some flowers, man? You know what I'm saying? I've
nah,
known Big
man.
Youngin for a
Oh yeah,
long ass
oh yeah.
goddamn time, man. I've known that man. I don't even know if we came up at the same time in Go-Go or not. And I think I remember when you playing with Sideshow at one point.
I was actually, yeah, I did for a hot second. Yes.
Right. So that was around the time we first started playing with Jigaboo and shit. It was like around
hmm
96, around that time and shit
Good
like that. I've
history, good
known.
history.
So it's like, man, I've known this dude for a long time, man. Like came up with him and like Arvell and like even Scooby and E and
hmm
them, man, for a long time, man. And man, Big Young, we actually had a band together, man. When I was a lead talker of a band,
Premier,
Hmm.
Premier Band, and my man
Premier
Damo
band. Yeah.
was Damo, God rest his soul, man. Damo was one of the
Hey,
managers and
hey,
stuff that
Damo,
was,
Damo that rode the bike.
yeah, Damo
I
that played with
remember
Yeah,
J
him.
Mob.
Yeah,
yeah,
he was a drummer too, right?
yeah. He was a
Yeah,
drummer too.
yeah.
Yep.
He was a Congo player
Yeah,
Congo
before
player
that.
too.
He was a
Congo
yeah,
player
Congo
too.
Congo
player.
too. Yeah, man. I
Yeah, and
remember
then
him.
he played with J Mob and he played with his
Right.
band called Raw Assumption and all that before then. He played with Premier.
Damn.
But you know what I'm saying? I watched Big Youngin over the years, man. You know what I'm saying? Just come up, man, and he went through that grind. That's like when we get on here and we talk about motherfuckers going through the grind and actually
Yeah,
crawling before they walk. I actually
yeah.
Hmm.
seen that man do that to get to this point where
Yeah.
he's playing with Junkyard right now. You know what
And
I'm saying? Because
the thing wasn't about like being entitled to an opportunity. It was about being ready when it came. And
right,
Coop was
Yeah.
a big part of that. Speaking of which, Coop,
right.
the first and only time that I ever performed at the Ibex was because Coop. I was playing in a band. I was at Norfolk State University. We had a band we put together because we love go-go so much, and we wasn't getting enough go-go. They was only coming down periodically between them, Junk, Essence, whoever. And so all of us were in a marching band. So we were musicians. We put a band together and we started sounding like something. So then we got into we found one little small space where we could get to Coop and had a conversation with Coop. And I know Coop probably for a hot second regretted it because Coop gave me his number to the house, right? This is before cell phones, to the house, right? So I remember us
Yeah.
calling and me calling over the time, like, trying to figure out we can get a show up here with Backyard. And everybody in my band was laughing me out. They say, he gave you the number to the Domino's payphone. He gave because he never answered because of course he's busy, right? So I was like, all right, bet. I almost gave up. Then it says one time. I said, man, I'm gonna call this man one more time, man. And after this, just forget it. I called and Coop picked the phone up, and it was perfect timing because it was a transition with the Ibex. And Coop was like, can you be up here on Tuesday? And I was like, yes. And you couldn't tell me nothing, man. I was about to play in the Ibex, and I never forget that day as long as I live. And it's like, honestly, that's the testament. That's the thing I try to share with
Y'all
people
name was
about.
on the billboard.
It was on the billboard. We was on the marquee at the Ibex. I saw that, man. I went down, man. We went and got fresh outfits. Look, we was just gonna go up there. We was gonna look nice, but after I seen Outlaw Band on the marquee at the Ibex, oh no, whatever we was gonna wear first wasn't good enough. Now we had to go to DDTP Madness, like we had to go get something fresh for the Ibex, man. I never forget Coop. I
And
thank
I
him for that,
barely
man.
knew
Because
you.
yeah, barely.
I,
No, at all.
I,
I was like perfect timing. That's all it
yeah.
was like being ready. He was like, can you be here Tuesday? I think this might have been a Friday or something.
Right.
I was like, yes, we will be there on Tuesday.
But
And
youngin, I be telling, I know Gigi was talking about passing the torch and brilliant opportunities, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like,
yeah,
these young bands be saying, man, y'all need to pass the torch, this and that. And I'm the type, and I'm sure because Ray Essence gave me a chance. Junkyard gave me a chance. I'm like, hey,
Damn,
if
I
you
remember that.
ready and the opportunity there, like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with Jigaboo and OP Tribe and publicity. And I didn't care. Man, you had a band, bro. I was one of those persons, people like, man, let's go. Like y'all the same as us.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like somebody,
Hey.
it's and I never mind doing that.
Shit,
And up to this, if I could do it and you could be on time and don't, mess your own name up, let's go. You know what I'm saying?
We had to
I'm
cover for
glad.
Backyard one night.
Yeah, I'm glad we was able to give you that opportunity, and that was a good time. And I met a great man in yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like we've been
Cooper's a man of his word.
Our relationship has grown since then, man. I'm glad that happened.
That's why I had so much respect for you, Coop, because you did exactly what you said you was gonna do, and you didn't. You know what I'm saying? And it was about the timing, and just being ready when the opportunity did come. And again, that wasn't even what led to, like, it didn't make us a household name as a band. But it definitely gave me the confidence, because I would have never thought in a million years that, because I'm a Junk fan. Right. I would have never thought in a million years that I would have had the opportunity to play for Junk. And who also discovered me while I was in college.
I'm going to respond to Gigi. So, excuse me. Gigi says that's a different subject. Very few bands throw their own shows. Well, I was just talking about I was just talking about more opportunities, and that's how people get their opportunity to even, even put themselves in a situation on a platform for people to hear you, and then then they make their decision on, hey, that's a good band. Because if you wasn't on that platform, you wouldn't have been, you'd have been blaming the gatekeepers from putting you on. Yeah. So it's just, you got to take advantage of every opportunity.
In that lane,
God did it. Yeah.
Let me let everybody know the circumstances on that too. In that lane,
right?
Coop, I met Coop from my band opening up for Backyard in Norfolk. Guess how much we got paid to open up for Backyard in Norfolk? $0.
Yeah.
$0.00. But guess what? It yielded a win.
Yeah.
Because we were able to then come home and play. Like, it was not too many bands of people who've been here and been in the game way longer than us that played at the Ibex. But guess what? If they put a roll and they wrote a list, the band that I had in college, hundreds of miles away, is on that list because of an opportunity and us being ready. How many bands?
How much y'all make it to Ibex?
$0. $0.00. But guess what?
Hey, guess what? Hey, youngin, guess what? Backyard first 7 years. Hold on, youngin. The Backyard first 7 years, we ain't make $0.
Yeah.
The sound man always got paid. Yep. The dude that was mixing always got paid. It's about opportunities.
Who wants to make that level? Who's ready to make that level of sacrifice out of all the people who know their value or know their worth? Who's trying to make that sacrifice?
The thing about them shows was that them recordings from them spots.
The first 7 years.
Those Jones was treasure. When you had a drink from the Ibex, you know what I'm saying? Like, you actually said, "Nah, we got a drink from the Ibex, man. You can go."
I'm gonna find the video and I'm gonna put it online.
That shit is treasure, man. That shit is
treasure. We not only had a recording, we had a video.
You might cry. You might cry when you see that, John.
Hey, Slim, we had a video, and I don't care what nobody say. They might be like, "Oh, they was slumming." We was at the Ibex.
Right. Hey, guess what though, young? When I see the 70s party and I see all them people, man, hanging from the balcony and see the girls on the speaker, I get chills. I be like, damn. They talking about, we've been doing that as a young band, some youngins.
Wait a minute, Coop. It did end up paying off because when we went back to school to Norfolk, we was able to throw shows and
And
we
get
started to
paid.
get paid. And we
There
actually
you
took
go.
that money from getting paid for that, and we recorded a couple of singles at Charlie's
There you go.
studio. So it was like it was an investment
you
in
put
getting somewhere.
you put certain things on your resume, man. Hey, man.
Yeah. Oh, we went back
Hey,
down
look.
there. We was the band
Hey,
who opened up for back
hold up,
at
young.
Combat.
Hey, BJ say he discovered you, young.
Man, BJ fired me, man. He wanted to.
Hey, BJ, you fired him, man.
Yeah, man. Him, rapper. Him,
Hey,
a rapper.
BJ a businessman. He been a businessman since he was 16 years old, man.
Yeah, man. He fired me, man.
Bow down to walk jam. Choo choo. Bow down to walk jam.
Hey, fellas, next week.
Bow down to walk jam.
Coop not gonna be here with me next week, y'all. I need y'all back. All y'all back this next week with me.
He needs y'all.
We gonna let's do our full out of the send off next week, Big Youngins.
I might come on.
I call you on the boat.
Yeah,
I hit you on the boat if you got.
We got Wi-Fi.
You got Wi-Fi.
If you not dropping the top 20 next week, I ain't coming.
Me, yeah, you're right. He said he was gonna stop doing it because Tony White.
Man, I'm losing friends, man.
Yeah.
I'm losing friends, man.
It should be you and Tony White's top 20.
So I ain't doing it no more, Joe. I'm tired. I'm scared to walk down the street. I'm telling you, get hit over my head. I be looking over my shoulder.
Boy, it be a sensitive.
Damn, man. Like,
boy,
damn, Joe.
oh my God.
It's just it's just my little opinion, man. Jesus Christ.
God. As soon as you get some traction with something, then you take it away, man. You just like a go-go band and shit, man. You just like a band.
No, because Big Youngin hit me like, man, why we ain't number one? We was number one last
I never
month.
said, hold up.
No, I said, y'all, I can't keep y'all number one all the time, Big Youngin. Youngin, y'all, for the last 2 months, y'all was my number one band, and I just had to let back y'all get it in right now. You know, it's Weezy birthday and all that good stuff. And Big Youngin called me and talking about, damn, Dan, I mean, I be playing the drums like, you know what I mean? I'm the number one drummer in the city. I'm like, I understand, Big Youngin, but damn, man,
I got a new. First of all, let these people know you trolling. Second of all, we got a new slogan that we going with for the rest of this year, and I'm saying it. It ain't nobody else saying it.
What is it?
It's about Junkyard.
What is
it? We the best. Everybody knows it. Nobody can stop it.
I mean,
say it again. I couldn't hear.
We the best. One more time.
We are the best. Everybody knows it. Nobody can stop it.
Nobody can stop us.
Man, we need another blend show, man.
That's in the song. That's in that. I heard them lyrics in the song, BY.
That's not in the song. And we
I thought it was in the song. I thought I heard
nowhere.
that.
We got a new single about to drop. Ain't going nowhere. We touring on it all summer. Check the page, all the social media outlets to see where we at. It's out the way.
Drop the mic.
It's out the way. Listen, it's out the way, man. It's out the way, so everybody.
Hey, don't do it, man, Youngin, because it's not gonna go nowhere. Everybody, they going. It's not gonna go nowhere. Don't do it. Just don't waste your time.
It's called.
Don't waste your time, Big Youngin. It's like the DJ's not gonna play it.
No,
Chicken wing.
No, hey, no.
What's up, brother?
Don't waste your time.
Big Youngin, you don't give your shit. Don't give your shit. Give your shit to a DJ that got some clout. Don't give it to Super Dan.
Don't, because I'm not gonna play it. That man, because I'm not. You know what I'm saying?
We got to go.
You know what I mean? Don't go to radio. Don't go to the radio. The radio ain't gonna play.
People gonna make you play.
Don't go to Super Dan.
Our general
manager. Go to DJ Remy first before I go Super Dan.
Malik, Big Youngin, our general manager just came on. We get ready to sign out. There she goes.
Lisa of the
world. Hey y'all. She gonna summon some. Hey y'all.
Hey,
Lisa, go back to work.
Lot W is in the building, y'all. Lot W.
That's my birthday twin. We ain't had no Waffle House a whole month. That's all right. I'm going on the boat. I'm gonna have a lot of waffles, Lisa, and I just call you from the boat, okay?
Hey y'all, Coop got some wife beaters, man.
Man. Hey, let me tell y'all this.
I don't know
this is funny. Hey, young, do not. I mean it. Don't try to get no cheap little white. Don't go on Foreman Mills. Don't go on none of them Jones like City Value and all them little thinking you gonna get some little underwear and shit like that. I went and got some, man. I'm thinking, I said, okay,
Amazon.
I know because my upper body is a little is I done gained a little weight, I admit it, but I'm about to get back down, Erykah Badu. But so yeah, that's my little plug. That's my little line when I talk to girls now. Hey, Erykah. Yeah. So I go buy the white beater, right? So my man say, Coop, you might need to get don't get the 2X or the 3. You might need to get a 4. I said, man, I ain't that big. He said, yeah, but these don't fit a little different. Why that motherfucker came past my neighbor and stopped? I'm gone. That motherfucker out 4X came past my neighbor. I'm gone. The big man. I'm just gonna go get the Hanes, yo. Don't ever go man, the size is it's the baby Huey sizes.
D Money, see you there for a lot of them, man. We better get out of here, man. I got a show to get to, man. We still on tonight, man. Come and meet me at Burgers Apollo, man. Weather ain't stopping me, man. Come on, indoor, outdoor. We still gonna have a good old time, man. Come on down there. Let's get it in 5:30 to 9, man.
D Money, what's up, D Money?
Hey, we gonna get it in. Hey, Big Young, hey Malik, I appreciate you guys, man. We're gonna do it again next week, man. We gonna, you know what I'm saying? Let's keep on going, man. Keep on doing it for the culture, man.
That.
All right.
How we gonna end it? How you want to end it with Cool? We want to end it, man. We just gonna end it today, man.
We're just gonna end it.
Appreciate it.
We gonna end it like Nudie ended it yesterday.
We got to get to work. You know what I'm saying?
We got to get to work. Nudie ain't even finished their show. He got to go to work. Goodbye.
All right, yo. Hey, thank you for our